Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Love Our Life. My name is John, and today we are diving back into some Epic Universe construction updates, and it's a big one. So come on and join me. So over the last few months, we know that we've been kind of teasing some things going on at Epic Universe, and if you saw the title of this video, the Kronos is rising, and we're going to get to that. But before we do, let's get into some of these construction updates from BioReconstruct. Thank you to BioReconstruct, as always, for providing all of the photos that you see here on this video. So let's dive into it right now. Now, here's the thing. We're going to start off with an aerial view over the entire park, because this kind of gives you an idea of where we're at right now. So this previous photo here, up above, was January 22nd, 2021. A complete empty lot here. Completely nothing but dirt. And now going down to here, this was taken on May 18th, 2024. As of recording of this video, it was yesterday. By the time you see it, it was 2 days ago. So, an overview of everything that we can see going on here at Epic Universe. It just looks like it's really coming along very fast. Now, once the pavement starts getting there, it'll start looking more complete than it is. Now, we've talked about in the last video, like, how close are we? Like, we'd like to see the interior of the building. Of course, we're not going to see that till opening day, or if Universal does a package showing that towards time getting closer. But who knows? We don't know. We know we have the Epic Universe preview store coming very soon, so keep an eye out for that. Now, we don't have a ton of updates today, but we are going to cover what we have here. Here is a quick aerial look at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. The arrow here is at the walls. Where guests will walk around from entering through the portal. So right up there towards the top left, if you are curious of where that is, just right up there. All right, I think that's our only Harry Potter thing we have to cover for now. Now, I'm sure Bio's got more photos coming, but at the time of this, I wanted to get this video out because I want to show you guys everything that's going on. Here's an aerial photo with a peek at the carriages of the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster in Dark Universe. So, we've been speculating that this is very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and while I do agree with that, I don't think that the ride vehicles are exactly the same. I think they're very similar as far as restraints. Now, if you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is a two-seater, or a four-seater actually, but this appears to be just 2 seats in each row. Also, the restraints do remind me of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Let's see if we can get a closer look here at the next photo. Well, here's an aerial overview here. We'll show you in just a second. The barn at the left is a shuttle launch, of course, before propelling them forward and back to the station. So you can kind of see this down here too on the left, bottom left. There's where the vehicles are launching. So here's the thing, like, if you've ridden Cosmic Rewind, it's kind of unique in how it works. When it, shoots you off, it goes back and then it turns. So you like go back and then you turn to the side as soon as it goes up. So it was definitely something I wasn't expecting on that attraction. But I think this is kind of similar to it. You can see how it backs up and then it looks like it goes up. So that's exactly what Cosmic Rewind does. It goes up and then turns as you're doing that turn. So this is going to be really cool. I cannot wait for this. Cosmic Rewind is one of my favorite attractions ever. And it's for this to be very similar to that. That makes me really excited. And hopefully, though, it has the speed. That's the thing. I felt like the last few times, and we have a video coming out on this soon, that I've done Cosmic Rewind, it's slowed down quite a bit. But this seems to be pretty fast from what I'm seeing. I've seen it, a couple of videos testing of it, and it does seem to be fast, but hopefully it does go a lot faster in Cosmic Rewind. Yeah, for sure. So here's a little bit of closer looks here. Now they do have dummies on the trains on this one. Aerial photo of testing in Dark Universe. Train full of water-filled dummies. You can see them just kind of hanging out there having fun. Look at the little house shack area to the left. I noticed this. Just the theming on that is really awesome. And yes, it is doing what I said it was going to do. Like if you notice as it's coming out of the track there, the top vehicle is already turned. So it's going to be very similar. Now I believe this is where it's going to finally actually go here. It's up and around, which looks really good. So keep that in mind. That is one of the more fun parts of that attraction. And so, but anyway, back to the little shack over here. Just the theming looks really good. It all works together and all gives you the visualization that you are in Dark Universe and that you're hanging out in what is pretty much the Wolfman section here. Dark Universe we've covered pretty extensively, but yet I feel like there's so much that we have to discover and so much more that's to come out of this. And I think that'll be really cool once ever we get all the details to that. And it still is one of my favorite, most anticipated lands of the century, honestly. Now, here is another aerial photo of the car spinning through the high banked curve in Dark Universe, so it goes back around here. You can kind of see the vehicle itself. It's still wrapped. It has not been completely unwrapped yet, but I do like the look of this. I was saying before, like videos ago, like probably about 2 or 3 months, 4 months ago, that I kind of like the white. Now, the white is just wrapping. I don't believe it's going to be that color, but you can see where it's kind of wrapped around there, and they have like tape on that front vehicle there, and the back vehicle you can see the tape, like white tape around it, and I'm sure that is just to protect the colors of it and make sure it looks good for opening day and all that stuff. And they may not have even decided what full color, but I'm pretty sure the color is already decided. Okay, so here we go. This is the best look we have at the restraints so far on what it is going to be like. And it looks very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Also mixed with a little bit of the Mummy and Green Gods. A little bit here. So you can see the restraints there. But the seats themselves look really nice. I mean, they look comfortable. Overall, I think this is pretty awesome looking, and I think that if you see here, this is coming off the curve there, and this first one picks back up, so you can see really clearly here how these on behind it are turned, and the one in the front is straight, but the two in the back are straight too, but only two behind it are turned. So that is very interesting, how that's going to play out and come together. And you can see underneath there too the little bar that's pulling everything together. So obviously it's all on the same track, it's just rotating left to right there. So looks good to me. I think it looks awesome. Okay, so now we're going to get into the hotel, the Helios. Now we've been talking about the domes put on top here, and the last video that we did, the domes were a couple of domes were on the bottom, on the ground, and they've been raised up. Now they're looking like they're going to try to complete the middle dome here. As you can see, some of the construction going on in the middle dome, but we'll get to that in just a second. Let's take a look over here at the fountain and the carousel over here. It's starting to really come together. Now they haven't added the panels yet to that, and obviously they still have the interior of the carousel to do. But overall, they're getting there. We have the restaurant over here to our left, Wizarding World also to the left here, and then Starfall Racers up at the top of the photo. And right next to that, at the top right, we have Isle of Berk, How to Train Your Dragon. So overall, the way that this is all working, and honestly, if you actually honestly, like, let me step back for a minute. If you look at the bottom right of the photo, you can see Dark Universe, the entrance and the portal into Dark Universe. And we've been talking about how this is going to kind of work and how you're going to walk in and it kind of weaves around. So you can actually see this pretty good at the bottom of this right photo, how it just kind of weaves through the little village and city there, and how you enter in and you know, walk around through there. And then at the bottom right, the very bottom right of the photo, you can see it peeking out just a little bit, the Wolfman coaster right there. So I'm really interested in this. I think obviously it's going to be at the back of the park, you know, regardless, you know, whatever. But I know opening day, that's where I'm running to. I'm running there. Unless I'm directed elsewhere, that's where I'm running to. Okay, so let's talk about these domes here. Now, here's something very impressive. Aerial photo of domes at the top of Helios Grand Hotel in Epic Universe. Underlayment recently completed on the large dome. The sunburst theming has arrived on the actual hotel itself. You can see right underneath that, the little sunburst symbol there. And that is continuing the look and the feel of Epic Universe and how the celestial and the more steampunk kind of look that we talked about last week, how it's going to keep building upon that. So that looks great. They're still working on that middle piece. I thought they were really close to being done, and it shows that they are with that dome. Of course, they're not close to being done in general, but we know. So here's another aerial photo of the most recently placed dome on top of the Grand Helios Hotel. Over here, this one was on the bottom, on the ground last week, but you can actually see here they've actually raised it up here with the poles around it and the little structures around it. So they're building that up. And of course, the little tower on the top. Everybody wants the little radio tower on top there. Looks great, though. And then here is another photo. This is kind of showing from the side view. He says aerial photos of one of the tower cranes being removed at the Grand Helios Hotel. So one of them is being removed there. The parking lot over here to the left, or the parking garage over to the left, of course. And then at the bottom of the photo is Dark Universe. You can see Dark Universe just a little bit there with the main themed attraction kind of peeking out there. And of course the village at the very corner of the bottom right. Overall, looks amazing. And then also here's another one. This is the staging area, removing one of the tower cranes from the Grand Helios Hotel site. Area also seen in the first photo. So you can kind of see how they're removing that crane and they've got everything deconstructed. If they're going to move out and go around. But this is interesting because this is actually the front of the hotel. This is where guests will enter from visiting, and then they'll stay, and then they'll be able to enter the park. So that's something interesting we're going to talk about at the end of the video with how that's going to work. And then here's another photo of it as well, being taken apart. Nothing really fancy to see here, just kind of okay, we're moving this out, you know, we're almost done with this part of it. But here is another photo here of this as well. And then tower cranes being removed at the right. So you can see the one that's being removed is right here to the right. Obviously the one to the left, I don't know if they're still using that. I'm sure that they are. They still have stuff they have to do visually on the top there. So they're still working at that. And then to the right is Dark Universe. To the left is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And then at the top left of the photo is also the Starfall Racers. And in the middle is a Celestial Carousel. So looks pretty amazing. Now, before we get to it, we've been talking about how we haven't seen updates or progress on the Kronos. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, the Kronos is the entrance to Epic Universe. Now, we finally have our first update on that. Somewhat update on that. It's not completed, but we're going to get into it and show you some closer photos here. But let's get into it right now. So here we go. This is the entrance to the park. This is if you were inside the park, so it's still, you know, behind, but this is the Kronos here at the middle with the green structures coming up here. And it's going to be a lot taller than this. This has got to fit, according to some of our friends that have received the little copy of Kronos, it's going to have 5 medallions that go up and show you each land that's going to be there, which is going to be really interesting if they add more to it, but we'll get to that in another video. But anyway, you can see here security here to the front, and most likely what that's going to be as you walk in, and then boom, there is the Kronos right there walking in. So let's get a little closer look here, because when I saw this really got me excited. Aerial photos of work so far in the portal entrance and plaza. There it is right there as it's going up. Now this is the first one, the first little medallion that'll fit in there, that they'll put there. So I'm hoping soon that we'll get that. I don't know if they're going to do it in the same order as before, because if that's the order, then it would go Isle of Berk, then Super Nintendo, and then whatever the other ones that they premiere later. In which order, we're not sure, but that would be really, really awesome to see that. Here's another photo here, a little closer, and that looks just amazing. How they're doing this and how they're preparing this, getting it ready to go. You can see they've only got so far on there. We talked about last week when we were there that we had 2 little poles sticking out of it, but now it's actually the green framework, and I believe we do have a closer photo here in just a second. This is looking into the park from the security area, looking into the park, and the drop down into the garden there, and then my goodness, the Aquarius restaurant to the left, and then to the right, of course, is theming and bathrooms, stuff like that. Atlantic, not Aquarius, my goodness. And then another closer photo here showing you the rock work here to the right that's going on, and to the left as they're building that up just to add to theming. This park is going to be full of theming. And then, of course, the Kronos here in the middle with the little crane here. And obviously, they're still working on stuff, but each week they just progressively have more done, more and more done. Now, here is another one. This is just from the opposite side. So obviously, when he flew by, you know, taking the pictures. But this is from the opposite side, not really showing you much of a difference, just kind of a different variation of it. What's really interesting is some of the things they have on the theming here at the top of the buildings here, like little towers. It reminds me a lot of Islands of Adventure kind of vibe. That does. Now, it's not going to look like that, obviously, but that's just the vibe that I get whenever you see Islands of Adventure from that. So here is the best look of this one we have so far. Here it is, the Kronos, right here in the middle, zoomed in as well as we can. You can see the little sundial type of work on there. And of course, these are going to have other towers that are around, not other towers, but other arches around it. That the steel frame here at the bottom is what that is about. So they don't quite have those up. You can tell where they're kind of digging and trying to put a couple of steel poles there, but they don't have those done quite yet. So I don't think it's going to be multiple arches the way that I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. You know, I don't know. I'm not a construction person. I don't work in that, so I'm not really overly positive. But it does look like it's going to be smaller arches, obviously, kind of very similar to Universal Studios, but that would be in a smaller version, because the Kronos is the big deal. It's the big portal that you're walking through here in the middle, and of course the crane's there, and the crane in the middle, and then looks like a little fountain over here to the right, rock work over to the left, and of course they're working on this consistently. So they've got the theming up, which is really cool that they just don't have the the green theming. They actually have the sun theming and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure we'll get medallions very, very soon. And here's another look here. Tower and portal entrance. Top is Luna overlook and a cascading water feature. So that's what's right behind that, is all that. And it looks great. It looks amazing. We cannot wait. I'll get you one more photo here because this is from behind it. So you can see the construction workers, you know, they're chilling. They're talking about their next move, what they're going to do. And then we have the Kronos right here. And this is from, like I said, behind it. So you can kind of see what it's talking about with the little steel poles down here at the bottom to finish off the little arches over there that are going in between these two stone structures. But overall, they're moving pretty quick. And here's something else that's very interesting. It looks like this is another piece of theming that is going to be added to the Kronos. If you look here at the middle and to the right just slightly, there's a black piece that looks very Kronos-y. It looks like it might be another added piece that's going on there whenever they start going up more. And so I was talking about last week how we were interested in how it would look in a week. Well, we got our answer. But now I'm really curious what we're going to see next week, what they do within this week's time. Because obviously they have theming over here to the side. They're going to add more too. So I think that's pretty amazing, pretty cool how they're doing that. But let me know down in the comments what you think about this, what you want to see go next, what the photos will be, and you know, we really don't have control over that. It's just whatever Universal finishes, and then whatever Bio kind of does. So that is amazing, and I'm really excited about this. I've been waiting for the Kronos to go up, and I cannot wait to see it be completed because I think it's going to be just one of the best, if not the best, park entrance ever. I think it's going to be an amazing thing. But thank you guys so much for watching today. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. We do all these construction updates, plus go to Universal for updates weekly. So thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, the road goes ever on. I will see you next time.